Hey guys, Dr. Rob here today, and I wanted to welcome you to another one of my whiteboard sessions where we're going to talk about some really cool, easy cruciferous vegetable gas hacks. But before we do that, please take a second, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications button, and if at the end of this video you like what you heard and found it valuable, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, so I think many of us have been there. We want to eat healthy. We go for kale, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, bok choy, cabbage, radishes, all this good vegetables, but we end up bloated and our belly hurts and we're like, what did we do wrong? Well, we didn't really do anything wrong. It might simply be our genetics. So we need to understand the best way to absorb the nutrition and get the benefits from these cruciferous vegetables without killing our bellies. Because the truth is, if you're bloating after a food you're eating, that food is actually causing gastrointestinal inflammation and is probably not doing you any good, probably more harm than good. So it really should be avoided or prepared properly or hacked correctly, which I'm going to show you how to hack it today. So let's do it. So the first thing we can do, right? Cruciferous vegetables, those are the ones I just named: kale, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, bok choy. The problem with cruciferous vegetables is they contain a substance, a sugar in them called raffinose. Raffinose can be irritating to some people's gastrointestinal tract. The second thing is they contain fiber. Certain people, the fiber is so rough on the gut that the fiber itself actually creates inflammation. It's like swallowing Brillo for some people, and it's irritating to the gut. In addition to that, if the fiber is in too much of a raw state, it could really overfeed some of the opportunistic bacteria that's in the gut, and those can grow and they're gas producing. Some of them produce methane gas, some of them produce sulfide gas, and some of them produce hydrogen gas. So that makes us all bloated, not good. And the third thing is in cruciferous vegetables, there's sulfur containing compounds. Like for example, glucosinolates are one of the compounds that can be a little irritating and bloating to the gut. So what do? Well, glad you asked. The first thing that we do is we cook our veggies until they're, as we say in Italian, al dente or al dente. And al dente, like you've been to the dentist, al dente just means to the tooth. So it's like when you bite into it, it's kind of crispy, but still tender. So we know we've cooked it. Think of asparagus that's not all floppy and soggy, but there's still a little bit of a crunch to it. That's how we want to cook our cruciferous vegetables: kale, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. We want them al dente. When we do that, it actually breaks down the fiber, so lessening that Brillo effect on the gastrointestinal tract, so we have less irritation to the gut. Okay, so the second thing you could do is get a nutritional supplement that has alpha galactosidase in it. That's an enzyme that will actually break down the raffinose. Again, the raffinose is the sugar or carbohydrate that's in vegetables that can leave you bloated and just not so good. So, and the third thing, blend your veggies. If you are really having trouble eating them and you want to get the benefits of them, use a high-powered blender like a Vitamix, Blendtec, Ninja, or another high-powered blender that really pulverizes the vegetable. And what that does is that really breaks down the fiber and makes it more absorbable, as well as makes it more easy on your gastrointestinal tract. So those are 3 quick hacks. I like to actually incorporate all of those. I eat or try to eat lots of cruciferous vegetables at least once a day. I probably have 2 or 3 servings easy a day of cruciferous vegetables. So I hope that helps. Also, just a little side note, cooking your cruciferous vegetables can actually make them more bioavailable. So not only does it break down the fiber, but it could increase the amount of calcium, magnesium, and other nutrients that you absorb from the vegetable. I'll give you a quick little example. Spinach, which is not a cruciferous vegetable, which is high in calcium. In a serving of spinach, raw spinach, you really only absorb about 95 milligrams of calcium. But if you cook it, you'll absorb about 300 milligrams of calcium. So it's not that the calcium's not there. It's there. It's just in the raw spinach, it's harder to get the calcium out. It's bound to oxalates and things like that. When you cook it, you break apart these bonds and there's more free and available calcium. So cooking your vegetables periodically also has other health benefits. I like to do really a nice mix, ideally, of between cooked and raw, 50-50. So I hope that helped, and I'll catch you at the next whiteboard session. See ya.